Our beloved Scooby Doo has gone woke. Velma has come out as LGBTQ. I'm guessing she's the L.
Breaking news. Velma from Scooby Doo is not straight. This is a problem, apparently, for the right, who have had quite the reaction to Velma, who for years, they had these crushes. They really thought they could get with her. But now their hearts are collectively broken as she's apparently into women. How sad. So this from IndieWire here. Velma is officially queer in Trick or Treat Scooby Doo animated film. 2 decades after James Gunn's live-action films and animated series Mystery Incorporated sought to show Velma as gay, which, by the way, I did some reading. She apparently was, a lesbian 20 years ago. But the studio at the time downplayed that in the script. So they forced the changes to the script so that she wasn't. But anyways, saying the new Halloween film makes Velma's sexuality not a mystery anymore. Oh, who cares? But, add this to Dr. Seuss books, add this to Mr. Potato Head, all these non-stories. I mean, just quickly on those two issues. The Dr. Seuss books, the ones that were canceled or taken off shelves, that was decided by the actual Dr. Seuss company. These are books that no one even read. They are anymore. They were really, they had, racist aspects to them. That's why they were taken off. Again, the company decided that. They weren't canceled externally and then forced down. No, the company out of nowhere thought, hey, these are bad. Let's take them down. And then on Mr. Potato Head, they just changed the overall title to Potato Head. There is still Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, but they're under the Potato Head label. So both of those complete non-stories. Here's another one. Velma. Velma is a lesbian. Who gives a shit? But apparently people do. So first, let's start with Eric Bolling. Eric Bolling on Newsmax. Here is his take on Velma.
Well, did you see that? Our beloved Scooby Doo has gone woke. Velma has come out as LGBTQ. I'm guessing she's the L, but she may be the B. I don't know. Perhaps the T would mean she's been a dude all along, all this time, right? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the Q. Truth be told, I can't really tell the difference between most of the letters. It always confuses me, by the way, folks, when a man decides he's a woman, becomes a woman, then sleeps with women. I mean, why don't you say a man?
I'm just going to pause there for a second. It's really not that confusing. There is gender identity and then sexual orientation. How you identify is different than who you are attracted to. Not all that complicated. It's okay to be a little confused, but once it's explained, it should be pretty easy to understand. But anyways, let's continue these comments.
Sorry, don't hate on me, liberals and lefties. I don't hate y'all. I just don't fully understand the different categories. But you do you. But do we really need our kids exposed to those ideas? Scooby Doo, a kid's cartoon. Again, adults, no issue with what you want to be, but kids and cartoons geared straight at kids, no gracias. By the way, Velma, she's gay now? Don't worry to my straight male friends. Daphne, she's still straight as far as we can see. And as far as I can see, by the way, HBO Max, is Fred straight? I mean, if Velma is lesbian, I can see Fred being gay. I don't know, Scooby, what do you think, Fred? Is he gay?
All right. I got another example coming up here of somebody else, but this idea that there shouldn't be any gay characters in a cartoon because kids watch those. Why is it okay to only feed them straight content where there's only people that are attracted to the opposite sex? Why is that okay, but it's not okay to expose them to the real world where there is all kinds of people that like different things, that identify differently, that have different names, that eat different foods? Like, why is this a problem? This is not a problem. They make this into an issue. It's 2022. Get with it. But let's get to Crowder now, who, of course, is definitely hiding his own secret. But let's start with his comments and see what he's got to say about this.
So look,
Come on.
here's the macro. I don't care if you want to have a lesbian character. Right. Now, there is a when you have people who are gay or lesbian, which is atypical, and by that I mean, it's always been about 2% of the population. Now it's claimed to be 7 when you go LGBTQ, AAIP, and that includes queer and bisexual, but a very small percentage of the population. So it necessitates a conversation with kids. Well, hold on a second. What is that? Why is a woman making out with a woman? Why are they having a romantic relationship? Because it doesn't necessitate a sexual follow-up question if you just see a man and a woman, because that is the norm.
Right.
It does if it's atypical. Kids ask questions. So I don't think it should be ejected into kids shows.
I'm going to pause there. You shouldn't show kids anything that will cause them to ask questions. That's his argument here. Kids are going to ask questions, so you shouldn't do it. How else do kids learn? They ask questions. Should you not drive anywhere? You can't go anywhere for the weekend because your kid may ask, are we there yet? Or where are we going? And it's a question. We can't be answering questions. What a stupid argument to make. Who gives a shit? Explain it. Hey, some people like women, some people like men, some people like everybody. Who gives a shit? This is not, it's very easy to, if you have to explain it, it's very easy to explain. The idea that a kid asking a question is, the reason why you can't be exposing them to anything is really not only bizarre, but definitely unhealthy for the child if they aren't allowed to ask questions and have them answered. But let's go on.
The other thing, though, is, look, there are plenty of lesbian characters and gay characters. There's not a problem with that, right? The BBC has it as low as references available at loudwithcarter.com. 2021, they said 12% of all US TV characters were LGBTQ. And I've actually seen that number as high as 16%. Let's call it 12, 14%. It's still at least more than double, likely triple that of the pop. There are plenty of gay and lesbian characters. They're just not as popular. So if we're going to bitch about appropriation, why do you need to take a straight character and make her lesbian? Just go make your own. It's not our fault people don't want to watch it, just because we don't want to watch a bunch of cartoon women shop at Bass Pro.
All right. I'm not even sure what the other argument was. You don't want to watch lesbian and gay characters. Do you watch Scooby Doo? Steven Crowder? Were you really looking forward to this Halloween special and now you're not going to watch? Oh yeah, there's no arguments here because they can't. There's no possible argument they can make. They are just trying to be, not trying to, they are bigoted is what they are. And they are trying to appeal to that bigoted audience without actually coming out and saying it. I don't like this because this person's lesbian. That's it. That's what this is. And they're trying to couch it in, kids are going to ask questions. When they ask questions, you can answer them. Really, really stupid. There is a real debate, though, happening. Is this bisexual eraser? Because apparently Velma has been bi. She liked women, she's liked men in the past, so she's actually bisexual. But now they're claiming that no, she's a lesbian. So if there's any real debate to be had, it's maybe this is bisexual erasure. But I don't know. I don't really care. But if there is a debate to be had, that's the debate.